Good morning, seventh grade. So, for the next few days, because we've been talking about the economy and taxes and stuff, I wanted to do a budgeting activity. And normally, these activities are, we could work in groups and do that, but because we're doing this distance learning thing, it makes things a little bit more complicated. So, we're going to do budgeting activity, and I'm kind of modifying it as best I can so that it fits with our online learning. So what you're going to do is I'm going to give you this Google document, and you're going to need to fill in information about your personal finances. And it is all really going to be based on chance. You're just going to roll a dice, and that's going to decide your career. And then we're going to have to do a little bit of math, which I know is scary. I don't like math either, but I'll kind of walk you through it. So I'm going to show you now what to do for parts 1 and 2. So this is going to be your assignment for Wednesday and Thursday to make sure you complete both parts. So the first thing you do is you're going to need to roll a dice. If you have dice at home, you can actually do it on your own, or you can do this online. So if you just go to Google and you type in roll a dice, it actually has a dice already set up for you. You don't even have to go to a website. You can just do it here. Okay, and you're going to need a 6-sided dice, so you're going to use this blue one here. Don't use these other ones because you're going to get crazy numbers that you don't need. So just use the blue square one here, and you're just going to click roll. All right, so I rolled a 6. So for my very first thing, that means my job is an auto worker. So if you roll, depending on whatever your number is, you type in here what your profession is. So auto worker, right? Your gross yearly income is how much money you make. So just however much money you make. So what's next to auto worker? That's $40,000. And this is what you're going to fill in for this sheet and then turn it in to me. Now here's where you guys got to do a little bit of math. You're going to pay 30% of your income taxes. So that's going to be your whatever your gross income is times 0.3. So mine would be $40,000 times 0.3. So that's $12,000. So that's going to be the amount of taxes I pay every year. And then you have to calculate your net income. So your net income is how much you make minus your taxes. Okay. And so quick math, that's going to be $28,000 a year. Okay. Definitely use a calculator. Okay. So that's what you're going to do. And I gave you an example down here. I do not want everybody. Okay, well, good. I smart. I thought ahead. $30,000. None of these make $30,000, so that's good. So here's my example, in case you're confused about exactly what you're supposed to do. Okay, but if you follow the steps, it should be pretty simple. And of course, use a calculator. You don't have to do this all in your head. And then you're going to do the exact same thing, but this is going to be for your spouse. Now, before you all go, I don't want to get married or try and skip this so you don't have to do as much work. Just roll the dice for your spouse, okay? So you're going to do the same thing. So you roll the dice. All right, 5. So then that means my spouse would be a police officer. And then you would do the exact same thing for your spouse. You're going to talk about what his or her gross income is, do the amount of taxes, and so forth. When you get down here where it says our total gross income, okay, that's going to be both of your salaries combined before you subtract anything. And then your total net income is going to be both of your net incomes added together. That means that's going to be both your salaries minus whatever taxes you guys pay. Okay. Now, this is a very simplified version of what it's like to be an adult, because you pay a lot of other things on top of your taxes. You pay health insurance every month, and then you have all of your, monthly bills for your house and stuff. But I just kind of wanted to do something to get and give you guys an idea just a little bit about budget. So make sure you complete these 2 parts and turn them back into me. And you're going to need to complete this because you can't do what we're going to do on Friday without doing this first. On Friday, now that you've figured out how much you and your spouse make, then you guys are going to roll the dice to see how many children you have and figure out how much childcare is going to cost. Okay? If you guys have any questions, email me. Okay, and remember, if you have your own dice, you can roll it, or if you don't, just use the Google Dice. Okay? If you guys have questions, email me. I hope everyone's doing well. And check around web. Some of you are still missing tests and quizzes, and it's hurting your grades, okay? Everything can be made up, and remember, everything's open book. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.